Today, we're exploring 7 ways to become her hottest sexual fantasy. My name is Justin. I've traveled to 23 countries and dated extraordinary women across the world. Let's begin. Lesson number 1. You must understand what drives female fantasy and desire. Many women's fantasies are about stories, suspense, tension, and power dynamics more than just what they can see with their eyes. The brain is the largest sex organ for women. Number 2, become the hero and the danger. Unforgettable lovers blend reality with fantasy and risk. They are safe enough to trust and wild enough to thrill women, to take her on adventures and do things that she could never imagine doing herself. She wants to. Practically, you can think of embodying archetypes that exist in her dreams. Here are some of the most common ones. The poet adventurer, the brooding artist, the unshakable warrior, the dark tempting lover, the rogue who breaks the rules for her, who turns her on immensely because she doesn't have to be so correct and gets to reveal her more wild, free, primal, sexy self. Number 3. Master tension and the art of the tease, also known as the slow burn. True seduction isn't about aggression or manipulation. It is about anticipation and tension. What if? 3 practical ways you can do this are charged eye contact, like you're up to no good almost. And there's a real mischief to who you are, not just polite, everyday, working, what she's so used to, as well as magnetic silences. The true art of your voice is in how you space out the silences. Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. Touch with intent. Make her wait. Make her imagine what it would be like to be with you, all the way from a kiss to the bedroom. One more thing you can do here is to speak in such a way that her imagination, which is probably wilder and darker and deeper than yours, most men never realize how sexual women actually are. You can speak in a suggestive way where she fills in the gaps of the things that she fantasizes about. For example, you can say, there's so many things I would like to do to you, as opposed to, he's a nice guy, but then they'll ask you, oh, what do you think you're going to do to me? And in this case, it is invited for you to tell her what you would like to do to her. And if you have no shame about it and express it clearly, she will most likely be wet by the time that you tell her what you want to do to her. And in that case, it's just up to you to have good logistics to take her somewhere because she's ready to go. She's turned on. She wants to bang you. Number 4, paint fantasies with words. In a practical way, you can ask her what her fantasies are. Now, the caveat here is you must do this gently, fearlessly, and non-judgmentally. A woman will never share her fantasies with you or open up her body to you in the same way if she feels judged at all. You could say something like, what is something in the bedroom that you've never dared to try, want to? Or what has been your greatest experience and how can we recreate this? Or what do you fantasize about, girl, when I'm not around? Be genuinely curious and want to know. And some of her fantasies she will not want to live out in reality. But some of them she will. And maybe you're the guy that creates her fantasy that no other man will ever measure up to because you're such a rare individual in her mind. A great lover is so rare in a woman's life that she will do almost anything to keep them. You can tell her stories that awaken her imagination. Think of using vivid sensory language. Something like, if I kissed you like this right now, would you keep it a secret? You would be shocked what women would do if they knew that no one would find out what happens between you two. Number 5, awaken her senses, not just her body. Let me explain. Think about how you touch her and make it varied and different and interesting and novel. Women love novelty. Here are some examples of what you can do. Hold her wrist, breathe into her neck. Let there be electric tension between you two as you slowly move towards her. And women love being taken from behind. One of the things that turns women on the most is when you're behind them. Maybe they're sitting on your lap, or you're breathing on their neck, or you're kissing along their neck, grabbing them from the front. There's so many things that you can do, but to awaken women's senses. Women remember these sensual experiences so much more than we men do. One other thing you can do is to change the environment and the roles constantly. You become a fantasy creator for her. The constant mystery and novelty of her sexual experiences with you trigger the most primal parts of her brain. She will naturally act accordingly. Number 6, create the feeling that anything can happen at any time. Unpredictability, which is not recklessness, but just confidence and assuredness in who you are, what you want, what you would like to do to her, what you would like to do for the day, is irresistible to women. Practically, this means pack your bags, be ready in 30 minutes, we're going on an adventure. This will make you the subject of her daydreams. She will be at work. She will be at school. She will be in her bed, in her shower, thinking about you, the things that you've already done to her, and what you might invite her to do next. Because you're in control. She feels comfortable to follow your lead as an adventurous, spontaneous man. Number 7, you can flip the script and guide her into her own fantasy. Beyond the bedroom, many women fantasize about living a life that is relevant, of being caught up and swept away, having something that's beyond just the regular, ordinary existence of making money, security, expectations, comfort, safety that everyone expects of her, for her to be someone to everyone all at the same time. When you make her the heroine of her own story, when you let her co-author her own story, she will love you in a way that she never forgets. Most women will go through their entire lives and not meet a single guy like this. But they want to. They just don't. What if you were that guy? You can mirror her imagination, offer her choices, practice your voice, affirm her wildness and her primality. She will be crazy free and crazy sexual around you because she gets to be her fullest self that she doesn't get to be with anybody else. To recap, here are the 7 lessons that you learned today on how to become her hottest sexual fantasy. Number 1, truly understand what drives female desire, the psychology and the way they behave, not what they say. Number 2, become the hero and the danger simultaneously. Number 3, master tension and the art of the tease. Number 4, paint vivid mental fantasies with your words, and women will create their own fantasy in their minds if you know the skill and how to guide them through it. Number 5, awaken her senses, not just her body. Become a skilled lover that almost plays her body like an instrument. Number 6, create the feeling that anything could happen. Spontaneity is deadly seductive. Number 7, make her the heroine of her own story. Guide her into her own fantasy. She will always become wet when she thinks about you. In conclusion, you have to stand out. You have to separate yourself from every other man if you want to be truly great with women. If you can combine safety, presence, and danger, this forms the foundation for almost every female fantasy. If you study the legendary lovers of history, if your words and your actions are tinged with mystery and suspense, every glance, every word, you turn her attention from her ordinary, everyday world into a world that she only dreams of, and she will open herself up in ways to you that you cannot even imagine by being this man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and watch this video to see how I quit my job to travel the world and date women, and why you can too.